Hello, and welcome back to some more fun as I struggle to figure out how to decorate each page. And it's not really a struggle, it's a fun struggle. This one for me is a little bit more complicated, although it's not. It's not complicated, but since my brain doesn't do logistics anymore, it's hard for me just to make a little side pocket. And I want to do some flaps just to make sure the card doesn't get stuck. And I want it to move in and out easily. So I know I want the pocket in the middle of the page because I want to decorate the top and bottom of the paper with some lace. And I want to be sure that it fits. I'm not sure which card I'm using yet, but they're both the same size. So that's all I'm trying to do right now, is just figure the size of the pocket without having to do math in my head. And it fits. It comes out all right. I'm going to score the edges real gentle because sometimes these paper packs, they crack. And I just do 3 lines over, which is about a 1/4 inch. I couldn't do a 1/2 inch, and 2 lines was too thin. So I did like 3 lines over on the scoreboard, and scored lightly. Even though it looks like I was pushing down, doesn't it? But I scored it real light, and I went over it really light with the bone folder. Like I said, I was too afraid of the paper cracking. And this beautiful paper I got at Hobby Lobby. I mean, it's just so spring and beautiful colors, and it matches everything. Especially when you have butterflies like that. So this is like a 2-inch circle punch. So I punch in a little thumb tab or thumb notch. And then I'm going to ink around it with my distress ink. So this is going to be kind of like an example of when you have, like I say, plan A, I kind of have an idea of what I want. And then once I start gluing things down and they start looking plain or flat or they need something, I go to try to see what I can do to make it look right to me. And I actually walk away at one point because I thought I had something and it turns out I didn't. I went to go look for it. Then when I come back, it's like, oh, it looks okay with what I chose. It's going to be the green little doily that I put down. So I'll remind you that sometimes it's okay to walk away and to do different than what you thought. Because I was looking for a blue doily that I hadn't made, and I must have used it already because I couldn't find it. So I was trying out different doilies to see if they would look right, but like Goldilocks, it was either too big, too small, not the right shape. They were all the right color because I used a baby blue crochet thread, so it was the right color. It's just didn't look right. So after I do this voiceover, I'm going to crochet a few more of those doilies because they do come in handy. They're so little and, it's cute. It's like a really mini doily. And they're really quick, too, to make. And I was almost going to sit down and make one, but then when I came back to turn the camera off, I was like, hey, wait, that green looks okay. So you never know. I went ahead and decided to go with this little journaling card. And it really matches because, it's got butterflies and it's got hummingbirds. And that's what the title of the journal is so far, Hummingbird Diner. I keep wanting to call it diner, but it's dinner. So, and I find a little tab thingy from my last journal that I made. I decided to leave some on my table because I can never find them when I need them. I guess I don't know what box to put them in. It's like, what do you put a tab in? Because I don't have that many. One of these days I'm going to get a tab punch. It's on my wish list on Amazon. So, one day. But this little tab matched really well. It's got the green in it. And see, I'm so happy it fits. Yeah. See, I didn't have to use algebra again. Yay. So I'm just going through my lace bucket with the blues and greens. And I don't have that much variety. I need to hunker down and look for some more different sizes so that, the better the variety, the better chance I'll have to find something I like that fits. You would think I would have thought, looked for it before I even started the page, but I'm like, no, I'm sure I'll find something. And I do, it all works. So I think I was looking for something on the bottom, and nothing was big enough. And then I remembered I had the cheesecloth. So I'm glad I colored that early on. It's come in handy. And those flowers, I wanted to use them, so I kind of lay it there so I don't forget. Because even if it's 3 inches off the mat, I'll forget it's there. Because I'm focusing right here. I'm just cutting this down to size. And then I'm going to glue it so it does cover up the bottom space. And that was a little doily cutout. But it looks kind of flat, so that's why I wanted, something crocheted. That little flower, I dropped it and it rolled right off my lap like a wheel onto the floor under the table. It was just like, oh my God, it's like a wheel. And I'm not too sure about this pointy thing, but I'm going to leave it there, to test it out. And I do that a lot too before I commit to gluing down. While I start to remember, oh, I have this and I have that in this bucket here, there. It gives me my brain a chance to start remembering what else I have or what else I can use in the meantime. So that's another little small poem out of Edith Hodem book. And I decided to look at my little basket here of crocheted items to see. I was still looking for that doily. And I've got one of the green and I've got one of the beige, but I don't have a blue one. So I'll put the green one there, and my brain's going. It's thinking. It's like, well, let me glue this down first and get the ball rolling and see where it goes. I don't want to dwell too much, and then, smoke starts coming out of my ears because I've overthunk something. Is thunk a word? Overthunk something? It is now, right? You might be a redneck if you thunk something. And I'm a Georgia girl, so I'm a redneck. Or I'm a rebel. I don't know what I am. I'm a New Yorker now. So that just makes me confused, right? Yeah, here you just see me struggling. It's like, I know I have it. I thought I had it. Did I use it? What am I going to do? I walked away to see if it was on the blocking table, and it's like, no, it's not there. Then I come back and I'm like, well, the green matches the green, on that paper. So let's just try it. It doesn't all have to be blue and one color on the page. I can use several colors because look at all the butterflies. So I'm just going through my stuff, and that top one looked a little naked, just one-dimensional. So I thought, let me finally use that little thin. And it breaks it up a little bit, even though it's the same shade almost. But it still breaks it up. It just adds to it. Yeah. Uh-oh, my flower's coming apart. And I was feeling bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I killed a flower. So this I had taken out. It was antique something or another. I still haven't figured out if it was fabric or curtain or tablecloth. It was just all rolled up. So I'm really mixing the greens and the blues. I found 2 more flowers since I killed the other one. And look how lucky I am. This green button just matched just perfectly. So I get lucky. But now everything is, kind of layered on the right-hand side. And those 2 little flowers are just going to feel so lonely if I just put them on the left side. So I'm thinking, let's find some stuff to make some kind of cluster, layer it up. So I'm going to grab my little scrap bucket and see what kind of colors I have and what textures and fabrics. I guess they call them textiles for short. I'm just tossing out everything that I might be able to use. And let's see, what do I decide on? Yep, that's 2 teal. So here is some tulle and some of that spider webby stuff that you get at the Dollar Tree around Halloween time, and I had dyed it. So I'm like, ta-da! I got 3 layers. That's a cluster. So that'll work. That'll lift it up off the page, and it'll feel more even, In the back of my mind, I'm kind of like, oh, is this too much color? Is this going to match? Then I'm like, you're overthinking it, girl. Stop it. It's lace. Everything matches. The colors is pretty. And don't worry. And I do even add one more little piece of lace onto it after I turn the camera off. So here's another page done. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. All right, bye.